Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm making a sourdough pizza. Bear with me, I know that sounds weird, but now I have a sourdough starter and I need to get rid of this stuff. So start off with a half a cup of sourdough starter, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1.5 cups of warm water. It should feel like bath water. That's the best way to describe it. Then you want to mix it up until the sourdough starter is kind of incorporated. Then 4.5 cups of flour. I added 4 first, and then I mixed mine up a little bit. Then I added the half cup. Then try and fold it with the spatula as much as you can until you can't anymore. And then go in with your hands. Knead the dough. You want to fold it on top of each other and then smush it back onto itself. Like that. Just like that. Then when you have a good enough dough, take it out of your bowl and try and incorporate the rest of the flour that was left in that bowl. It should be really smooth. Well, not super smooth, but smooth like this. Okay, that's what it should look like. Shape it into a ball, then add some olive oil in your bowl, spread it around, and then put your dough back in. Cover it with plastic wrap, then cover it with a towel, and let it rest for 8 hours. This is what it looks like after 8 hours. You can punch your dough if you want. I did. I punched my dough. It did nothing to my dough, didn't ruin it or anything, so I'm guessing it's okay. So then you want to split it into 2 equal parts, or semi-equal parts, as much as you can get it. Then fold one into a ball, kind of like how you would do with a sourdough bread. Just try and fold it into a ball, and then flatten it out a little bit. Then put it on the tray. Don't worry about that long one. We're going to get to that later, okay? So you want to basically just try and flatten it out as much as possible before you use a rolling pin, so that it makes it easier and quicker to use a rolling pin. I kind of like to stretch mine out a little bit like that. And I press it down. I'm not a gourmet chef, okay? Don't judge me. I'm not a professional. So just leave me alone. Okay? Alright, so the rolling pin is basically you're just getting the thickness that you want, and then after that you're gonna just stretch it out, get the shape that you want. Okay, I don't throw mine in the air. Whoop-de-doo. But it turned out great looking. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. Then you want to grease your pan, put your pizza dough back on it, and then spread it out a little bit. Try and shape it to the pan as best as possible. Okay? Then you want to go ahead and make the sauce. I did not make this from scratch, obviously. So get 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Pour that in there, and then we're going to add a bunch of seasonings to it, like salt, some garlic powder. I use the rest of mine because I like garlic powder. Do this all to your taste. Okay? There are no measurements for this because everybody's different. Then you want to use some onion powder. Put that in there. I should have used a lot more than that. I don't know why I put that little. Then I used some Italian seasoning, and I mixed it up. That's how simple it is. Back to the pizza. I decided to do an experiment because I had 2 pizzas. So my experiment was to bake one pizza with the raw pizza dough and toppings. Just bake the dough raw with the toppings. And the other one was I'm going to bake the dough for 5 minutes and then put the toppings on. And then bake it for 15 minutes. So, we're going to see how that turns out, okay? Then you want to put this in the oven at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. These are the finished products. That one is the one I baked before I put the toppings on, and the whiter one is the one I just baked with the dough and toppings raw, okay? Immediately right off the jump, you can tell that the whiter one is softer. It has a softer dough, and the darker one has a crispier dough, or crust. And that one I really like a lot better. It also gave the cheese a little more time to cook instead of just being raw. I don't know. I just liked the one that I cooked beforehand better in my preference. You don't have to think that. But here is a look at the pizza. It was so good, regardless. Either one was really good. I don't think it really matters. It's just my personal preference. I would have liked the cheese to be cooked a little long. But either way you go, it was still really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.